Sunday Night Football, we have the Bears visiting the Texans, and the Texans right now are 6.5-point favorites with the over-under at 45.5. Now, this game just screams interesting to me, right? Chicago, you had Caleb Williams, his first game, and he did not great. Not great. I believe he ended up under 100 passing yards, and it's just kind of bad. You saw some things where you're like, oh yeah, that's probably a rookie quarterback, where he just kind of like just kept spinning and just running out of pocket, and then just got tackled for big losses. Now, on the other hand, their defense played phenomenal, but then they also did have a kickoff return for a touchdown. So it was kind of like the best of both worlds, but it was also terrible at the same time. But the defense themselves played lights out. They did fantastic. I believe they had like some type of a fumble or a pick six to the house to then kill my spread, which was just a fantastic treat. Now, on the other hand, you had the Texans. CJ Stroud is still really good at football, and it was kind of like, all right, what's he going to do after they had some more tape on him? It didn't matter. It literally felt like I was watching Mahomes out there, where it's like, oh, he has 6 seconds, no one's touching him, and he moves his body like in ½ inch, and then now he's all the way open and just has to reset the pocket and just throws it downfield for a deconstructed play for 35 yards, and I'm like, well, that's cool. Now fun betting against him. But I did cover. So that being said, I think that's an important thing to note, that I won and he didn't beat me. So when thinking about this game, I was putting in the effect formula. I was like, you know what? The spread, I just can't choose a side. I think the right side would be like Texans, but it's just such a large number, and I think by the time kickoff happens, it's going to be like 6.5, 7. So I'm going to play the total this game. Yeah, I bet you didn't see that coming. I haven't bet a total yet on this channel. I've kind of alluded to like, hey, I'd lean this way. I don't know if I'd be really good at dancing like the cha-cha slide, but kind of got something going on my shoulders right here. The under has 28% of the bets with 48% of the money backing it. So that's a 20% differential, which we do like. And it also did come out at 46.5. And then within the first 2 days, it decreased. It was like at 46, 46.5, 46, then 45.5, 46, 45.5. So that was fun. It was almost like I was doing a little bit of stairs there. But let's put the total into the Fecker formula and see what pops out. So Caleb Williams, he can't do any worse than he did. I mean, I guess he can do worse, but that would be really tough. I know if you put me out in the NFL field, I would do worse 100% for sure. So that being said, I'm going to guess he's going to have a better performance, which means more offense for the Bears. So I'm going to give a ½ point to the over. So right now it's at 46. The ex-Bengals running back just had an absolute field day. Yes, we're talking about Joe Mixon, and he was not wearing any type of gloves. I think that's going to be just like a key factor of like, hey, I'm better at running the football than you are, even though no one else really runs a football in this world except like 50 people. So he was just telling everyone, hey, I'm great at this and you're not. But I am a little concerned about fumble because there's no gloves. He might fumble this time. I'm not saying it's a guarantee he's going to fumble, but he's not wearing any gloves. So that makes me scared and concerned. But I get scared and concerned over anything. Anyway, I'm going to give a full point towards the under. CJ Stroud is a very good football player. I mean, he takes the ball and he throws it and his players catch it. And he also has a great receiving core. I mean, Diggs, I think, had 2+ touchdowns. Now, he didn't get that many yards. Everyone keeps focusing on the amount of points he has in fantasy, but they weren't thinking about the amount of air yards he was getting. They have Tank Dell, and they also have Nico Collins. Nico Collins just absolutely popped off. I mean, he is just fantastic. Now I think about it, Stephon Diggs might have had a lot of yards. I don't know why 66 is popping up in my head, but for some reason, Stephon Diggs got 66 yards last game. Again, I'm thinking about it like Mahomes. Mahomes doesn't really blow out people, but he's going to win the game, and I think the Texans are just going to control the game from start to finish. So I think it's going to mean a lot of long drives, and the Texans just taking tons of time off the clock. Time off the clock means there's less time to score points. Less points scored means that's likely going to go the under. So I'm going to give a ½ point to the under. Right now, the current line is at 45.5. The FECA formula has us at 44.5, so I'm going to go ahead and take the under in this spot. But what about a player prop? It's a Sunday night game. I want to have some fun. I'm going to back the Philly boy in this spot, DeAndre Swift. Now, I'm going to have him for anytime touchdown. I think they'll just somehow, I don't know if it's going to be garbage time, not garbage time, but maybe like a little dinker dive, like pass. He's going to get in the end zone, and it's at plus money. It's at plus 160, so I'm definitely going to be taking that as my player prop. Also, touchdowns are a little bit of fun. I'm not really sure what to do with him rushing-wise because I don't think they're going to be using him that much. His total for rushing yards is only 41.5. And I think that is at like minus 108. So I don't think they're projecting him to have like a huge rushing game. And I also expect Chicago to be playing from behind a lot in this game. But with that being said, I can see them getting down the 5-yard line, him rushing in for a touchdown, or they just kind of do some type of screen pass for him. He gets in the end zone. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to back DeAndre Swift here. He's not just like a Philly guy. He played for the Eagles last year. He actually grew up in Philadelphia. I think it was my year. Anyway, I didn't get to play running back in Georgia, and I don't play in the NFL now. So I just make gambling videos about it. Is that sad? I don't know. Tell me in the comments. Don't forget to like this and subscribe. I'm out. I don't know what this is, but I'm out.